Hello, YouTubers and RV Rebel watchers. Where am I coming from? You thought I was in Florida. Why am I wearing a coat, a sweatshirt, and I'm all bundled up and I'm in my house? Well, because it's flipping cold here in Florida. It is. It is cold. Yes, it's actually, I'll show you the temperature. I'll bring it up here. It's actually like 50 degrees, but feels like 40 something according to the weather. But in like an hour and a half or 2 hours, right about 10 o'clock, it is going to drastically go down to the 40s. And tonight, in the middle of the night, it's actually going to almost reach freezing. It's going to go down to 36 degrees. I think Arizona's much different. I'll put the Arizona temperatures on here also. Like, well, why the heck did you leave Arizona, go to Florida? Because this is an unusual thing for Florida. It did rain yesterday, which was a gloomy day, but then the sun came out. It was a beautiful day. It was still on the cool side. Well, today I've been in the house all day. In my house on wheels. What have I been doing? I've been working online. You've probably seen my videos. Go see my reel and see my short that I just put up on YouTube. But anyway, so how am I gonna keep warm? Stay tuned. How am I gonna manage my electric? Stay tuned. Watch the rest of the video. I'll just show you a few little ideas.
Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. And we'll dance the night away.
Okay, thanks for hanging out with me. So here I have my candlelight. Yeah, and nice and warm. Oh, I'm getting some heat out of here. It's going to heat up the terracotta pot. I do have the strainer from my asparagus pot that I made my clementine water filter out of. And what that does is it keeps the oxygen so that the flame doesn't go out on my... What I did was it's getting low and it stopped burning. It was a three wick candle. So what I've done is I have taken a cheap mainstay candle from Walmart, not cheap, inexpensive, cut off part of it. And when the wax was liquidized, I just stuck it in there because I needed more wick, you know. It was like, so we'll see how that does. But I can stick this candle in there. Oh, I can feel the heat. It really feels great. I'm running out of Crisco for my Crisco portion because these are store-bought candles, but I still have my candle that has got the Crisco oil in there. Well, it's a solid form of Crisco and it's way down low. So let me see. I need to redo the wick in here too, which is so I can fix that wick in there. And I was going to use another piece of that this candle for that, so that I can use up the rest of that Crisco in there, which is not a big deal. So I'm going to do that after we finish talking. I really feel bad for the man who's parked next to me in his car, because although he might have enough stuff in his car, he's a car camper, he might have enough stuff in the car, but I'm sure that it gets pretty cold in there, although he could turn on the heat. But my heater's not working. And I mentioned that before. My gas heater's not working, and I'm okay with that because I usually I prefer to use a space heater, or my gas buddy. So I do have my little gas buddy. I'm not gonna be foolish. If I can do it with the candles, I'll do it with the candles. Now I'm trying to conserve my energy on my batteries, so I'm gonna show you. Look at how bright these lights light up my kitchen. I mean, I don't even need to use
ambiance.
Any other energy from my battery because I want to keep my battery going. When it gets cold, it seems like you lose power, you lose energy in your battery, and I don't want to do that because I got to keep my refrigerator going. And I had it on solar all day, so it was like 13.3 when I unplugged today. You know, back in the day when I lived in Chicago, when it would get to freezing temperatures, our batteries would go dead by the morning. just because of the cold weather. You know, even if you had a really great battery, it wouldn't crank up because it was too cold, you know. So let me show you this. I have this Lucy light here. I've had this for 5 years or so, ever since I started RVing. I think I paid like $30 for this Lucy light. And this, it's on a cord. It's got these little lights, and I can do 3 different levels of light. There, that's one other one, and that's the highest brightness. So it's off for, and then there's a spotlight. That's a spotlight. And then the next one is the low light, middle light, and real bright light. So I'm not going to do real bright light because I want to conserve this light. It'll last for a couple hours. I just had this outside all day in the sun. Had great sun even though it was cold. Danny, she's exhausted. She's just freezing here. It's not that cold, but she just, you know, she's like a lightweight. You're a lightweight, aren't you, when it comes to being cold?
Well, gee, Mom, you put all my sweaters away and my coats away. You packed them the other day when you were cleaning the top bunk.
Danny, I could have pulled one out today, but you have fur. Fur keeps you warm. You don't be a wimpy chick, okay? Get with the program. Okay, so here is, I got this I saw Rex, the Lone Star Rider. If you were in my live stream, Rex joined my live stream last night. This is really cool. And RV Tollers, she's the one who gave gave one of these to Rex at my meetup at the WWR in July. It's a bug light for bugs, and I've talked about it before. It's on my Amazon, one of my Amazon favorite things, okay? So you just charge it with the USB, and it even has a little thing you can hang it like this for a light or for a bug light. And you charge it on USB. You could charge that all day, and then you have a light. You don't have to use your battery light. And plus it has the bug light in it. It keeps the bugs away. So if you're in a climate like Florida, I could sleep. I have 2 of these. I could sleep with the bug light only on. And this way, if some of those little nasty no-see-ums or mosquitoes get in my rig, they get zapped. Because they'll go right for this light. You know? But then this also has 3 levels. You got the 2nd level and the 3rd level, pretty bright. Go back to nothing, and there's the 1st level. So I leave it on the low light. I only have this on so you could see it, otherwise, and so you could see what I'm doing. Otherwise, I would not be having all this light on. I don't really need it. So when we grew up as kids, you know, and even our kids, we didn't appreciate, you know, the lack of power or the importance of power until you don't have it or until you have to conserve it, like I do, living in an RV or a van in my RV van life, you know. I gotta tell you though, I do have my TV plugged in. I charged my Blue Eddies, my 600 watt Blue Eddies. I charged them all day today, both of them, so that I could watch TV tonight. And I plugged in my TV. I'm watching the Three Stooges. Yeah, there's Mo, Larry, and Curly. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Now I could, you know, I already have my Wi-Fi charged up on my little jetpack. So I do not have my Starlink plugged in because again, I want to conserve my energy. So I can charge up my battery pack, and I have also my hotspot that I could use, and my laptop's charged up. So I'm pretty good to go for like probably, you know, 2 days with computerized power. But as far as the other stuff, I never know what's going to happen when it gets cold, you know, because it's surprising. Sometimes, you know, the cold will just drain your battery. You might say, oh, that's not true, but it is true. I know for me, it's true. It might not be true for you, but it's true for me. So I'm doing me, and you could do you, but I am in a primitive camping spot. It is primitive here, you know. My hair's a mess right now because I'm still in my pajamas. It was so cold today. I'm still in my pajamas. So I just kind of like hung out inside and worked on the computer, and I got a video and a short out today, checked my email, did a few other things, with Danny. Had to put my solar out, I had to bring my solar back in tonight. And so this is the thing. I am probably good with power for 2 days at least, maybe 3. And I do have my generator running right now, because if I'm making sure everything is charged up, and make sure my battery, I just took my battery, was at 13.3 or 4 on my rig. The only reason I have my generator on right now is because I want to maybe plug in my space heater. Yeah. And I don't want to have to go back out there and turn it on again, because it is cold. I took Danny for a walk and it is cold. So thank goodness she pooped. But I want to use my outlets, and I don't want to use up all the energy that's in the van. So my van batteries are charged up, is pretty well over, like 13.5. I haven't got those Ampertine batteries to 14.0 yet. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to call them and find out. Anybody out there that has the Ampertine, let me know if your batteries, if you've got them charged up to 14 yet. Now, I did have the charge controller was saying 14, but when I used my multimeter to check, it was not a 14. The batteries were not a 14. This is a Florida sun, so I've got the best charge so far, better than I was getting in Arizona. Looks like I'm going to be probably in Florida until the end of April, because I have my old timers reunion. Not that we're old, not that I'm old, but yeah, for the sheriff's department we have a reunion, and we haven't had it in a couple years because of the what. So they're gonna have the reunion this year, so I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to see my friends from work, although the ones that I'm really close with, I visit them, like the Mark and Lisa that I just went to visit in Tallahassee. Well, it was a cold night, but we got through it. And yeah, I got down into the 30s. Crazy. So this morning I'm making my breakfast. I'm making my coffee. My Central Perk coffee. Yeah, how appropriate, my friends. I took some chicken out for later. This chicken will last me a couple of days because it's a couple of big pieces. So I'll cook that up later after it thaws out. Put it in the refrigerator to thaw. Duh. It didn't, because my refrigerator really got cold, which is a good thing, because it hasn't been getting really cold. I've been having some issues with it. So I am a big egg eater. I eat a lot of eggs because I'm on keto, but also because I like eggs. I love eggs, and they are so nutritious and full of protein, the incredible edible egg. And instead of using up my power by plugging in the toaster and everything, right now I'm just going to make my stovetop toast. I have 2 pieces of bread, keto bread left. So I'm going to make those 2 things. And I'm going to, these are the 2 ends, the heels. Some people call them the heels. We call them the ends. I love the ends. It might be a little difficult, though, to like put jelly in and hold them in my hand, because I think they might be falling apart. I do have another loaf in the freezer, which I will take out and thaw, because when I go to Walmart, I am going to see if the Walmart here in North Fort Myers has keto bread, see what kind they have. It seems like every Walmart has a different keto bread, Yeah, I got a bottle of Fireball in there, but obviously it's been in there a long time, although it's not frozen. Just in case, ooh, a lot of little condensation up there. I must not have had this closed all the way. Oh, which reminds me, since I have opened a new butter, I need to take another butter out to be thawed. This one in the back, I think, is older. See, Best by May of 2023. Oh, Best by May 14th, Best by May. Oh, they're both got the same date on it. No biggie. And I have some more hot dogs in there. Vienna beef hot dogs, which I will stock up on when I go back to Chicago. That's my last package of Vienna beef. But I like Oscar Mayer beef. I use a lot of butter being on keto, and cream cheese, which will last in your refrigerator for a long time. Like this is good until May of 2023. And cheese, period. Now, my refrigerator's getting a little bare here. Yep. I really haven't been drinking much, so I've got a big bottle of my limoncello. Oh, it's nice and cold. Yummy, yummy, yum. But I'm not a big drinker. And yes, I have my thermostat thing down here because I wasn't getting, my fridge just wasn't getting cold enough. So I'm going to stick it back up where it belongs, you know, and see how that goes. It is on gas only. And when I get to the RV camp, oh, put the bread in the fridge. This is the latest inked keto bread. I did get this keto bread that I already used up that I really liked at another Walmart, and the slices were really thick, which made it very nice for, very nice for the French toast. So I was going to show you. I also use Skinny Free Merlot grape jelly, and it's only it's 5 carbs minus 4. It's about 1 carb after you do the math for 1 tablespoon. Okay, and then I also have the keto syrup. I found it some more. It's hard to find it at Walmart. This is 1 net carb for 2 tablespoons. Those carbs can add up. Hot dogs are actually like no carbs, you know, and because when you buy all beef hot dogs, and I buy all beef hot dogs, I don't like the other ones. Who knows what's in them? So I like to have my hot dogs with my eggs. Ever since I did that thing where you cut the hot dog in half and put the egg in the middle and put cheese on top of it, that's really good. But it's easier to just do it like this. In order to lose weight, I stay under 20 grams of carbs a day. So I have 3 eggs. That 3 eggs at 0.6, okay, is going to be 1.8. 6 times 3 is 18. 1.8 carbs. The hot dogs are no carbs. And the bread is 1 carb each. So that was, what I say, 1.8 plus 2 carbs for the bread. That's 3.8. Okay, then the skinny girl was 1 carb. I think it was 1 carb for a tablespoon. That's what I use. 1 tablespoon is more than enough. So that is 4.8. Yep, I stayed under. And then I have my coffee, and I have a little bit of heavy whipping cream in there, which isn't even going to be a carb. So I'm going to say the 5 carbs, 5 carb breakfast on this beautiful day in Southwest Florida. And Danny gets to have some too. I got my Bluetti charging on my table, which is my table for my breakfast coffee. All the solar panels are on. Eating my breakfast in my jammies with the door open. Oh, check out that tree over there. I want to show you something about this tree. I just noticed that. It's weird. Look at that tree. It is a palm tree. And look at that other tree. It's a regular tree. Isn't that weird? It's like a crossbreed. It's a bi-species tree. Part palm, part paper tree maybe, because this is Florida. I know, it's like combined. Look at that, fused together. A bi-species tree. Well, have a great day and stay tuned for our next video.